Welcome back to another episode of Offbeat Adventures. We're standing here on the former grade of the Canadian Northern Railway and later Canadian National Railways, Dorion, and then subsequently Kinghorn subdivision. We're here in beautiful Pass Lake, Ontario, which is just northeast of the city of Thunder Bay. It's a beautiful, somewhat cool spring day, and we're here at probably one of the most well-known sites on this railway line. Probably one of the biggest, if not biggest, feats of engineering in this particular area. And so we are on the western side of what is known as the Blende River Viaduct. And so this particular structure is one of the largest railway structures in Canada. It is the largest one in the central part of Canada. It is 2,258 feet long and it is 130 feet high. We're going to poke the camera through here so you can get a good view, and so you can see the length of the structure here heading towards the east. You can see the mountain ranges here of the hills of the Sibley Peninsula. And just below us is the Blende River itself. It's more like a small little creek, but obviously the valley you can see is very, very wide and very deep, necessitating the construction of this viaduct. The viaduct itself was constructed in 1912. It was amazingly built over a very, very short period of time. Roughly, construction started in the spring of 1912, and by December they had fully erected the entire structure. So basically poured the concrete, driven the piles, erected the towers and the steel superstructure. So quite an amazing feat. So we're going to be starting our hike here today, and we're going to be heading our way west, and I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of what we're going to be seeing and how we're kind of doing this hike in a moment here. All right, so we're basically picking up where we left off on our last exploration. So you will see a video basically of the viaduct itself, shot from a drone, and then the previous video before that basically shows you the eastern approaches to the viaduct. You can see there are a few rails here that are still left in place. Again, kind of what we saw on the east side of the viaduct, kind of a real hodgepodge of manufacturers. So this one here is an Algoma steel rail. I don't know if you can see the Algoma there. Algoma, 100 pounds, 1923. And then this one over here, this is a Dominion, 100 pound, 1956. And then there's the piece that's over here. See, there's some ties here in place. The piece that's over here is another Dominion one, and I believe this one is 1955. It's kind of hard to see because it's flipped on its side, but I make out 1955 there. Okay, so we're gonna hop on the bike here, and we're gonna start working our way west. And when I jump up on the bike, I'm gonna kind of tell you a little bit about what we're gonna see and how we're kind of going to be approaching this section here. All right. So we're going to hop up on the bike here and start pushing our way to the west. So as I mentioned, I did have a little thing I wanted to tell you about this exploration. Now normally I do these explorations in the mornings, just simply because I'm working my way west, and usually the light is a little bit better. Now this is actually in the afternoon, and the reason why I did this on this hike was because in order to get those shots of the viaduct pointing to the east, obviously I had to come in the afternoon, otherwise you wouldn't really see much, right? With the sun coming up in the east, and you just get a bunch of white washed out video and pictures. So kind of a little unusual. So this section is actually going to be broken up into two kind of parts. We're gonna kind of do this part of the exploration, and then we have another part that we're gonna do hopefully in a couple of days. The weather of late hasn't been particularly great. It's a nice day today. It is cool. Woke up this morning and I was hoping to do this whole hike in the morning, and we actually got a dusting of snow overnight, and so that kind of bugged me a little bit. But you have to kind of roll with the punches sometimes. And but prior to that, we actually had about a week of kind of rain off and on, and prior to that, it would have been just ideal to start hiking. And now the good thing is the rain has kind of taken away a lot of the snow, and so we're kind of ready to go. So here's our first kind of feature, and so we're entering the first of a few rock cuts on this section, primarily kind of on the eastern side. There's a few of them. You'll notice that it's again sort of over on the south side as well. A little bit harder to see, a little bit more growth on the south side, obviously kind of being sheltered a bit. You can kind of see the nature of the rock in here. Very similar to on the sort of eastern side of the viaduct, where you get kind of almost like this very shale-like material, where the rock is kind of in slabs, as opposed to being kind of the solid granite and other types of igneous rock that you would kind of see in this area. So I'm gonna just bike you through the rest here. And so you can see the cut continues here, and it's a little bit easier to see it on the north side of the cut, obviously with the sun. My dog seems to be enjoying herself. We've both kind of been waiting to kind of get out here and explore. Again, you can see the nature of that rock there, the very shale-like material. One thing that's not really present here, you can see a little bit of it, is kind of the red sort of material, kind of the oxidizing content in there. You kind of see that a little bit more on the eastern side of the viaduct and in that direction. It's a little bit kind of this way as well, but not sort of as prevalent. All right, so we're going to kind of leave this rock cut behind here, and we're going to continue pushing our way to the west, and we've got kind of a few stops that are coming up along the way here, and we'll pause for those.